Are changing speeds a bit, and instead of eating peppers, we are going to make something with peppers. So with the holidays coming up, we decided we were going to make just a simple snack cracker. We found an easy recipe with 4 ingredients: water, olive oil, salt, and flour. So we're going to add a few more ingredients just to give it a little flavor. Some Italian seasoning, some garlic,
Da, 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 da.
some dragon's breath.
Because it's us.
Yes.
We've never made crackers before. And we're no bakers, by the way. But this is something that even we feel like we can handle. And we're going to pizzazz it up a little bit with some peppers. You can do this with any level of seasonings that you want. So you can do it with cheese. You can do it with, you know, any herbs that you like. Any level of peppers if you want to tone it down and do like a low level spice, or anything. But we're of course gonna take it beyond what we should and use 3 dragon's breath peppers.
Yeah. 3. Why do we use 3?
So we're gonna see how this comes out. Oh my god, we forgot a bowl. We're such idiots. And here's this bowl that we're gonna mix it all in, which magically appeared because we didn't have it before.
We can fast forward that.
Yeah, we're fast forwarding a lot of things, I'm sure. All right, so what's the first ingredient, Brian?
So let's see. The first ingredient is 2 cups of all-purpose flour. What do you know?
What do you know? We got some
All-purpose
all-purpose flour right here, ready to go.
And
And we have no cup measure. Oh my god, we're never gonna get through this. Which just appeared as if by magic. Of course, I made a massive mess everywhere.
Who's cleaning? Got it.
Dang it!
1 teaspoon of salt. Teaspoon, please.
1 teaspoon of salt. So we're using kosher salt. But, I mean, honestly, you could use probably any salt you want. That's just what we have in the kitchen for, like, cooking and baking and stuff like that. But if you have table salt, I think that's probably fine, too.
So I did get this ahead of time, but it is 2/3 of a cup of water.
Pour that in, please. Thank you. Give this a stir.
And we have one more ingredient.
What's that, Brian?
It is some olive oil. And we're using some extra virgin olive oil from California Olive Ranch.
Highly recommend if you can get a higher quality olive oil for cooking. I do notice a big difference. We've used generic ones, we've used like really expensive ones and everything in between, but I notice a big difference with flavor if you use one that's like a decent quality. Thank you. Gonna mix this up. Gonna make a big bowl of stuff. Okay, so what's next here?
More olive oil?
Yes, I guess.
So
all right, so now next, the most important ingredient for us in this endeavor is the peppers. We're going to cut them up coarsely and then put them in a mixer or a magic bullet blender to chop them up even finer. However, we're going to de-seed them first. Even though they're going to get cut up kind of fine, I don't want any bitterness from the seeds to come into play. So, did you just eat the pepper that we're putting in the recipe?
Just a piece I cut off around the tip, around the stem.
Are we going to have any peppers left for the actual crackers? I have the gloves on. Why are you doing this? I actually prepared. For the first time ever, I prepared to handle raw super hot peppers. And guess who handles them? The one without gloves. I'm going to de-seed these and I'm going to try to save, because I want these as hot as I can possibly get them, I'm going to try to save as much of the pith as I can. But honestly, they're going to be plenty hot, even if I don't get to save every single piece. Like, there's going to be a lot of heat in this recipe. And it is meant to be eaten. So it's not a challenge. It's just meant for enjoyment and to use some super hots in a new and exciting way. So, you know, I'm not going to cry over missing, you know,
Spilled
some
seeds.
of that. Yeah, exactly.
Don't cry over spilled seeds.
There's no crying in hot peppers. Except for when they're, like, literally trying to kill you. Sometimes they do.
The recipe did say to preheat the oven to 400 degrees.
Yes.
So that's what we did.
That's what we did. We followed instructions. I think I almost stabbed myself. I don't think. I know I almost stabbed myself.
Better than me.
Wah, wah, wah. Oh my god. Why? Who lets me use knives, right?
I was going to do it. But
Yeah, but you were doing it wrong. Although, you know, I stabbed myself, so. I didn't really stab myself. Maybe that's what we should call our channel. Smell the heat.
smell the heat.
So I'm going to go ahead and put this coarsely chopped peppers into our magic bullet. Okay, so here we have our ground up peppers. So we'll scrape these off as best as we can. I think this is going to be really good, like spicy crackers. That's a fun idea, right? All right, so next we're going to put some seasonings in it. I don't really like measuring spices. I just kind of eyeball it, but probably I would say a teaspoon of each is like, if you're going to measure it, maybe try that and then adjust to your taste. I also really love garlic, so I put in a lot of garlic. And we've got some Italian seasoning blend. We've got like rosemary, basil, oregano, black pepper, white pepper. And then we're just going to mix it up until it looks like it's evenly distributed through the dough. All right, now Brian's going to roll this out. That looks like it's pretty mixed up. So we will post the basic recipe that we use in the description bar below.
It actually looks amazing. All right. So let's see. Should I put flour on this? No.
Probably. So we just rolled out the dough and it was kind of sticky. So we used a bunch of flour on it. And it really took two of us to kind of hold the parchment paper down and roll it, which wasn't difficult in the end. But if you're doing it alone, maybe just be aware it's a little sticky and it might kind of bounce back at you as you're rolling and be a little tricky. So give it a minute to rest, roll it out, and then see where that gets you. But we did it and it was fine as long as we were both holding it. So one of us was holding it, I should say. And you do have to roll it pretty thin. The directions say roll it to like 1/8 of an inch. This is exciting. It's our first crackers. All right, put that right on there, and it's going to cook in the oven at 400 degrees for 10 minutes. And then snacks. Okay, so we took our crackers out of the oven, and the recipe called for putting them in for like 10 to 12 minutes. We ended up having to put these in for far longer than that. I think it might have been partly because they may be a little bit thicker than they recommended.
And you can see the pepper inside of it. They look pretty amazing. Let's see
Cheers.
what they taste like.
If these are gross, we just wasted a whole video on making them. They're hot.
The flavor's good.
You can customize this to whatever you want. So if you're having a holiday party and you want to make some homemade crackers or just for fun or whatever, this is a great recipe.
Try it with some cream cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Very good.
Came out awesome.
I mean, for two people who don't bake, I mean, these very easy, and they came out very good.
Yeah, really good. There's some nice like air pockets in them, which I love. I don't know. I plan on making this for a long time. This is a good recipe.
Yeah.
We'll be coming at you with some more recipes. The holidays coming up. We're gonna try some new things. And there you go. All right, thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you in a little bit.
Have a great night.
Bye.